What's up, everyone? I'm just going to do a quick video on my favorite state, Florida. If you don't know, I live in Florida. I love Florida. And I'm just going to talk about some really interesting things right now. I was just looking up the other day how many 5-year-olds, 4 and 5-year-olds, don't know their letters completely, letters and numbers in the state of Florida. And I was just looking at the stats, and it is about 51% of kids don't know their letters and numbers by 5 years old. The way they figure this out is they do a survey, or not a survey, they test the kids as they come into kindergarten at 5 years old. Here in Florida, you have to be 5 to enter kindergarten. And as soon as they come into kindergarten in the first 30 days, they find out how many letters and numbers do you know? Are you ready for kindergarten? You don't even have to know all of them. You just have to know a good percentage of them. And if you know enough, then they say, all right, you're ready for kindergarten. Well, the stats for last year just came out for the latest year, and they said, hey, listen, 51% of kids are not ready for kindergarten across all of Florida, across all the kindergartners. They literally test every single one within the first 30 days, and they go, yeah, this is not good, right? And so it's hovered around that for a few years, but it's actually gotten worse over this last year than it has been in a little while. And so I'm sharing that because what are parents doing? They're sitting around with their 4-year-olds, with their 2, 3, 4 years olds, and they're hanging out watching TV. They're not even thinking about school. The way that they look at school, the way that most parents apparently are looking at school is like a babysitting service. They're not looking at it like, hey, you're gonna learn and all this stuff. They're not looking at it for the value that it's going to bring. They're looking at it like, I cannot wait till you go to kindergarten, to first grade, to whatever, so that I don't have to be here with you or spend money on daycare anymore, or whatever the case is. And that's really unfortunate, because there is a tremendous opportunity for every parent to be educating their child at home. And part of the reason why I'm bringing this up is because they don't know their letters and numbers by 5 years old. That's already setting them back. That's already setting them back. And here in the state of Florida, we have, according to some statistics, one of the worst learning rates in the country. And what that basically means is that when a child comes in to school, they're tested. They're tested again at 4th grade to see, okay, how do we match up with past statistics and other states as well? And they find that Florida generally leads the country, or is usually in the beginning of the pack when it comes to 4th grade reading scores, right? However, by the time we get to 8th grade, they're like 30th. Florida's like 30th or 20th or somewhere around there, which is a huge gap compared to other states. Like maybe we might tie with Massachusetts for first, or they get second, but then they're in 8th grade also still first or second, right? And that's how it is for many states. But there's a huge disparity in Florida from 4th to 8th grade. And part of the reason why that happens is because they're holding back a lot of kids. A lot of kids get held back because they're just not ready. And so the scores that the kids are getting for 4th grade look good, but those are from students that really should be in 5th grade. Now, you guys know me, I'm not really an advocate for school at all. I'm just sharing this because what that means is we can't rely on the current system to actually educate your child. It's not happening, right? And that means if you want your child to be educated, you got to do it before they're of age of school. And we know how to do that. You've seen videos that I've shared of kids who are reading at 3 years old, at 4 years old, at 5, at 6, to a level where it's like a lot of adults aren't even reading like this, seriously, right? And so we're able to do that. And I'm sharing this because, hey, there's a tremendous opportunity here too. The governor just signed a bill not too long ago about giving money back to parents who don't have their kids in public school. The money that would normally go to their kids going to a public school gets back to that family so they can spend it on approved expenses like education, which is pretty awesome. Which means that there is a lot of money to be made there, but there's an opportunity to help those parents who can see for themselves, oh, this is not the environment that I want to put my kids in. I want to do something different, and I want to have a strong education for my children. And so we can go to at least 51% of parents here in the state of Florida. And guess what? More and more and more people are moving to the state of Florida. I don't know if the growth has slowed down, but Florida is one of the largest growing states in the country, especially here in my area, Orlando, even in South Florida as well. People just keep flooding in more and more and more, which means a tremendous opportunity to help so many families. And like I said, not only are you doing a great service, that also means because you're doing a great service and you're actually helping, there's also a lot of money to be made. So if you are a teacher and you've experienced the disillusionment of the public education system, I completely understand you. Teachers don't get paid enough, right? And they do a lot of hard work, but where are the results to be seen? If you've gone through the public education system, you've seen like it just kind of fizzles out at a certain point. You're not really supported there. And so if you actually want to make a difference, hey, reach out, send me a message. My contact information is in the description of this video. Or if you're seeing this on Facebook, just send me a direct message on Facebook. But send me a message because we are doing some really amazing things, helping families and actually supporting them to have an amazing education for their children, but also so that they don't get caught up in falling behind like many of these kids are. Over 50%, that's over half. That's over half of this state. And we can do something about that, and we are. And we're just looking for more people who want to make that impact so that we can help more people, right? So, hey, I'm looking forward to meeting with you, and let's change things around and make this a really good life for a lot of people. All right, see you guys on the next one. Bye.